Bonjour and welcome back to my channel. Claude here. Thank you for joining me for your messages from your ancestors for February. So I hope you're doing well. This is going to be a reading for the people born under the Lover's card and the Devil's card. If you do not know what your tarot birth card is, then there is a link in the description box below to a short instructional video so that you can go and work it out and then find out which reading is for you. So in the messages from ancestors, I channel passed on loved ones and ancestors' messages. Obviously, you know, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you. And I will start by pulling out a few messages from the oracle, and then I will clarify it with the tarot. So if you would like to connect to the energies of my deck, now is the time to take a couple of deep breaths whilst I shuffle it. And if you're interested in the cards I'm using, I have reviewed all those decks and there'll be linked to their reviews in the description box below too. So what do my Aquarians born under the Lover's card and the Devil card need to hear from their ancestors for their highest good, please? So I'm going to grab a couple of cards from this deck. I'm going to do the same with this one, and then we'll start. And a couple of cards from this one. So let's see what we have for you. So we begin with card number 9, Euphoria, honor yourself. And we have 5, Effervescence, cultivate love. This is very interesting because these two cards came together for another reading, and I thoroughly shuffle my decks on and off, you know, before I even record, and you've seen me shuffle it, so it's really strange. It's just there again. We also have card 22, the Path. I hope you can see the cards well. And card number 10, Manifestation. Okay, so the message that I'm getting very, very clearly is that you're at a crossroad, or you're about to be at a crossroad, or you are at a crossroad but not acknowledging it. That's for some of you out there. You know there's a clear path that you need to take, and for some of you, you coming to terms with this idea, and for others, you're resisting it, and you're resisting it because you are protecting what is. In other words, whatever your life looks like at the moment, maybe it's stable, and you don't want to rock the boat, for instance. And your ancestors are saying, but you know what the path is, okay? There's a decision that you need to make, because there's something that needs to be manifested into your life, you know, on your life path. And you not embracing this path is you not honoring yourself, is what they're saying basically. Because you've got this, honor yourself, and she's wearing a mask, okay? So the mask needs to slip, it needs to go away, because you can't see who this person truly is. It's hidden behind that mask. And your true self, you know, this incredible being that you are, is behind this mask, and so it needs to come off. And it's easier said than done, I know, because we all have masks, you know, because of the way society is run. We're having to have even different masks according to who we are with, generally speaking. I used to be a teacher. I had my teacher mask on 99.9% of the time, and then I was a different person at home. You know, it's necessity, to give you an example. So, but at the moment, this mask is stopping you from fulfilling the reason why you are on this planet. Maybe you are refusing yourself something that could have the potential to really bring you emotional fulfillment and contentment. And if that's you, you'll know, you know, that this is what this is. But your ancestors are asking you to love yourself enough to drop the mask and embrace the path that's in front of you. And if you look at cultivate love, it's interesting because it has nothing to do with the actual wording, but I see this person with her eyes closed simply because of the hair, if you see what I'm saying. Is very, very important that you drop the mask, you open your eyes, and you look at the path that's ahead of you. That's the message that they're giving me very, very clearly. And obviously, do it out of love for yourself. Yes, it may entitle having to make hard decisions, or things may not please everybody around you, is what they're saying to me. But at the end of the day, you know, we all come on this planet to achieve something. Now, some people say the achievement is just to live a happy life, and that may well be. Other people believe we have a greater purpose. Whatever it is you believe, you need to enable yourself to experience that happiness or your higher purpose. And it's by loving yourself, dropping the mask, and being you, and answering the call, that you will get there, is what they're saying to me, the message that they're giving me. Because this card is very clear, okay? You can see that this is a crossroad. And you can come from this way, you can come from that way, you've got another one there. But you need to choose how you're going to get there and what are you doing about it. And it's beautiful because you have the card of manifestation. Now, generally speaking, in readings, we talk about actively manifesting something, you know, focusing our intention on something. This could be a subconscious manifestation, because sometimes our higher self takes over and behind the scenes kind of drive us without us realizing, and, you know, things happen and we're like, oh my God, how did that happen? So there may be something like that. But you can see here with 10, manifestation, 10 is the end of a cycle, it's a completion. There is something that's coming up. And the message that I keep on hearing in my head is you need to embrace this. That's what I'm hearing. So let me grab the tarot and have a look at that for you closer. And it's interesting because obviously if you're born under the Lovers card, the Lovers is a card of big decisions, big crossroads. So for you, because it's also Lovers and the Devil obviously, but for you this has a particular meaning. Okay, so we have the Death card, Major Arcana. You see, I told you the mask needs to drop. The Ten of Swords, so this is another 10 energy here. The Eight of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. Let me just move them a little bit so I have space to put the bottom of the deck card. So bottom of the deck is the energy that's at work that you may not be aware of. We have the Lovers, for some of you, your cards. Unsurprised to see this card here. The card, as I was explaining, of major decisions, crossroads, you know, something that's going to have a longer term effect. We're not talking about a minor decision here, okay? The major arcana have a bigger impact on our lives, and also to me, particularly when I do ancestral work, it represents the direct intervention of your spirit team, or your ancestors in this case, guiding you, okay? So there is a crossroad, you're being pushed there, and it could also be your higher self pushing you there because the mask needs to drop. And with the Death card underneath it, it's very clear. Death is a very purifying energy. Death transforms, okay? So it's the end of something, which I felt with the 10 here, with the manifestation, when I was saying to you, okay, right, this is the end of the cycle, but the completion, the culmination, and something's going to manifest. So this could be the end of who you used to be for some of you. And so death it's deeply transformative, because something ends, something dies, so something better can be born out of the ashes. And that is often referred to as the phoenix rising in that respect for that. So it's interesting because death is also looking on the left represents the past, so looking at the death of the old self, you know, with the skull here is the message I'm getting, and it is right under honor yourself, you know, drop your mask. This is the new you, is what's coming in the light here, and this is the old you, the dark. That's the message I'm getting very clearly here. And you've got the Ten of Swords. This is the end of a cycle. This is the mental body, so it refers to your way of thinking, your knowledge, your experience, and the truths as well. So the Ten of Swords is the state of total acceptance. I often call it my relief card, because it's like a burden has been lifted off your shoulders and you can finally breathe. And this is the weight of this mask. Okay, it's releasing it and accepting who you are, like the true you, your divine essence is what I'm referring to here. And so it's never easy to say goodbye to something, an old self, because it's comfortable. It's like an old slipper, if you get my meaning. But it's not going to hurt you anymore. It's not going to bother you anymore. You're going to feel very, very light afterwards, despite the discomfort that may occur, you know, whilst it's happening. Note also that this Cultivate Love card is number 5, and number 5 is an energy of disruption and change. Change can be viewed as good or bad. You know, if you're happy and comfortable in your situation, then you're going to find it challenging. However, change can be a very liberating force, and with the Ten of Swords underneath it, I do see it as freedom from something that was not good for you, no longer served you, something you've outgrown. You know, take what resonates. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles. This is the card of advancement. 8 is advancement. Pentacles is to do with the earth energy, the grounding energy of everyday life. So this is the card of hard work, of working diligently, patiently, developing your skills, applying yourself and seeing results. So once you release whatever needs to be released, you're going to have to work at this, obviously, in order to manifest something new, something better. And this is the card that says, yeah, it's going to require work. But then again, I personally believe that things that come to you without having to work at them, they don't taste as sweet. Let me just put it this way. I really believe that when you work at something, the rewards you reap for it, it's much more satisfying, just generally speaking. And the Eight of Pentacles does talk about, you know, progress, things, you know, you nearly at the Nine of Pentacles, which is prosperity and abundance, whether it's emotionally, spiritually, or financially. So this is a card that says, yes, you're going to have to work, but you're going to see the results. And the Page of Swords being under manifestation, well, the pages represents the desire to learn. They represent new directions. And in the Page of Swords energy, because we are dealing again with the mental realm, this may be a new way of thinking in order to manifest something, or this may be applying the data, the facts, the information that you've researched, and turning this into the manifestation of your dreams, whatever it is that, you know, you would like to manifest. You know, if it is embracing who you truly are, if it is changing a direction in your career, you know, completely going off the beaten trail, whatever this is. I mean, you'll know what this is, okay, because this is your ancestors talking through me, saying to you, okay, we're hearing you and you need to address this. But it is a big crossroad. There's definitely a decision that's going to need to be made, definitely with that. So I'm going to close out your reading by grabbing a couple of final messages. So can we have some closing messages for my Aquarians, please? I'm sorry if you can hear snoring. I have my dogs with me and 2 of them are snoring heavily. So your message is, last quarter moon in Pisces, talk less and feel more. Okay, so again, this is all to do with loving yourself, dropping your mask. Don't talk about it, just do what feels right. As I said to you, when you release, when you turn your back on that mask, when you bear it all, this is something you will feel. It's not something you need to discuss. It's something that needs to feel right for you, is what I'm trying to say. And the final message is last quarter moon in Capricorn is very apt. Leave the past behind. So whether it's the old you or the old career or whatever it is that, you know, you need to allow to leave your life so that something better can come, you need to leave it behind. Don't dwell on it, okay? So go and do what, go where, towards what feels right, do what feels right, and leave the past behind. Don't turn back. No regrets, okay? Forward thinking. So I hope you've enjoyed your journey of the cards with me. If you found this message helpful in any ways, do let me know in the comment box below. I'd love to hear from you. As always, I thank you for your time. It's your most precious commodity. I'm so humbled you chose to spend it with me. I wish you a wonderful end of the month, and I'll see you again very soon. Until next time, au revoir.